Hello, we are Billy and Lianne, and this is our self-converted VW LT35.
So in 2020 we got stuck in the first part out in Thailand, as we was meant to be travelling Southeast Asia, but obviously with COVID and the lockdowns we ended up coming back and feeling pretty gutted that our travels were cut short. And basically a friend of your sister's was selling a little T4 van with just a bed in it, and it was literally perfect, wasn't it?
Yeah, so we got that as soon as we come back from Thailand. We pretty much stayed in it from the first weekend we got it. I think we pretty much lived in it a month after that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
A month, 2 months after that.
We just loved it instantly.
Yeah, so we sort of fell in love with that, and then we needed a bit more space, so we got this.
So when we bought the van in June, it took us roughly about 2 months to get it livable, I reckon. We did smash it out in the first few weeks because we just wanted to get it done, didn't we?
Well, we was living in it as a bare van, so we had literally a mattress in here, and it was the summertime, so it wasn't cold. So we had a bare metal van with just a mattress, so we needed to crack on and get it done as soon as possible.
I think we got it like insulated and vapor barriered in like 2 days.
Yeah, I think it took us
stupid.
about 3 days to insulate and get it all boarded out, and then the rest of the build probably took us about 6 weeks.
Yeah,
so far.
So we spent around 11 grand, including the price of the van, to get it to where it is now. It still definitely needs a lot more money spent on it, but we are happy with it at the moment, aren't we?
Yeah, it does all it needs us to do at the minute. We've got hot water, shower, oven, bed, seating area. So what else could you need? So this is the cab area of the van. Nothing very exciting. We was going to originally have a walkthrough to the front of the cab, but it was a bit of a stress trying to get the bulkhead removed, and we decided against that. But we're happy we made that choice because we like it as it is. We've pretty much left it basic in here. We've put a couple of blankets over the seats to make it a little bit more pretty. Yeah, other than that, it's pretty simple. The van's only done 140,000 miles, so that's pretty good for this kind of van. And when we got it, it did have a bit of mechanical problems, but because the van was cheap, we had a bit of money to spend on the engine. So we completely reconditioned the engine. Everything works perfectly now. And yeah, drives like a dream. So this is Terry the turtle. He did lose an eye in battle, but we stitched him up, ready for the road.
So this is the seating area of our van. We decided on this layout pretty soon because we knew that we wanted to be able to sit and just enjoy the view wherever we are. So this is actually just plywood and batten framing, isn't it?
Yep.
And then we've just got some foam on the top, and for now we've just got blankets covering the foam. We do want to eventually get proper seat covers made for those, but that's a work in progress. So under this one we have Willow's little bed, so that's easy access for cleaning and things like that. So behind these cushions is our diesel heater remote, which under here is where the diesel heater is kept, and it also works really well because Bill's cut a little hole in Willow's bed, so she gets a little hot air in there to keep her toasty. So under here is the diesel heater, and then you've just got the pipe which connects it to the vent here. So even though I'm the queen of this van, I only get a small wardrobe space. Bill's claimed the main wardrobe in our van, so I keep all my clothes under here, just in bags. As you can see, very messy, not very organised, but it does the job, and I can get quite a lot in here. I'll probably get, this is an outfit for 5 days, bag of outfits for 5 days. Under there I've just got coats and like underwear and socks, so I can probably fit about 10 days worth of outfits in there. So our window we put in ourselves. Bill had the job of doing that, and we haven't finished our windowsill yet. We're probably just going to get some trims to run around here. This was probably one of the first jobs we tackled in the van, wasn't it, the windowsill. This blind is just from Amazon, and it does the job perfectly. It keeps it nice and you can't see in at all. And this is one of our favourite little pieces in the van. We actually had this in our old van, and we got this from Cambridge. We love that little thing. So this is my favourite area of the van. I love it. So we've just got a little mirror on here. This really opens up the space, so when you're sitting here it feels a lot bigger than it actually looks. This is just a little top where we put all our drinks, and we will put the iPad here when we're watching telly of an evening. This is an example of what you can buy on my homeware shop. This is just a little tray with some coasters, and we keep this here with our little salt candle holder. because we eventually want to get a lamp put up here, which is what this cable is for, but that does the job fine for now. And this is where we charge our camera, iPhones, anything like that, and that just shuts away like so. This is a shelf from Dunelm, which we love. This just holds all of our camera. We've got a little plant in here. We keep like chargers and stuff like that up there. So one of the main things that we discussed when we first got the van is that we didn't want to clad this one, because our last one was cladded and we wanted to do something a little bit different. So I basically force built into doing a curved ceiling with, we used 3mm ply, which is an absolute nightmare. We was doing it for, oh, how long was we doing it for?
Probably about a week.
Yeah, literally took us a week to tackle this ceiling, but I'm so glad that we done it, because we wanted to recreate like an Airstream feel in here. So this is just the 3mm ply, and then we've just got little trims from wicks to hide all the gaps and like the joins. So I'm really happy with how that turned out.
So this is one of the favourite parts of the build. I wanted this one when we had the little van. This is the Dometic CRX 50 fridge. This is a compressor fridge. So it's quite small, but it's surprising because it's got quite a lot of space in it. It goes quite far back. We actually fit probably, I'd say 5-6 days worth of shopping in here, like breakfast, lunch and dinners. But it works off 12 volt and it pretty much can run off solar power when there's sun. So the consumption of power is literally nothing. So that's why we got it. It is expensive, but it's definitely worth the money if you're looking to get one. So you can actually take this part out and it all becomes one big freezer. So this is my wardrobe.
Look at the size. Look at the size difference.
So this is, well, it's not just a wardrobe. So in the top part we've got toiletries, hairbrushes, makeup for Lianne. In the second one, this is where I keep all of my jeans, trousers, keep them all in baskets, all tied away. This is pants, socks. This one here is where I keep the t-shirts, try and cram anything I can in there. And under this bit is a bit with storage. So we've got the table that we get out when we're having a sit-down dinner sometimes. Dirty washing, laundry basket, and just a bath mat at the back. So we just store, and I've got a couple of trainers down there, so it's just pretty much storage in there.
So this is our kitchen, which is absolutely beautiful. I'm so happy with how it turned out. We've got our overhead cabinet here, which this one is an absolute steak. We just keep all of our sauces, plates and bowls in here. Then behind there is our voltmeter and all our switches for our lights, and you can also charge phones and anything USB on there. In this one we keep coffee mugs and coasters and teas and anything like that. We also shove a lot of stuff up here, well, Bill shoves a lot of stuff up here most of the time, but it's quite big and it fits everything that we need to fit in here really. So this is our sink, and it also has a pull-out tap with 2 settings on it. So we knew we wanted to have a pull-out tap, so you can just get those hard to reach areas in the sink without having to use your hands. It's amazing, I literally love it so much. This sink I think we bought from Amazon, and it's nice and deep. This was probably the biggest that we could go. As you can see, we've got a little bit of space around here for your soaps and dishwashing liquid and stuff like that. So this is a fairly new addition to the van. This is our separator where we keep all our spices and just random bits and bobs for cooking. This is made out of pallet wood and it does the job absolutely perfectly. This is our little knife holder, magnetic, from Amazon, and believe it or not, I know what you're going to say, do they fall off when we drive? Very rarely, unless we're going over a really bumpy road, and these actually really hold very well. So this is our cutlery drawer, which you push to open. As you can see, we've just got all of our basic cutlery in here. We also have Bill's coffee, milk frother, and just paracetamol, incense, all that sort of stuff, just like a bits and bobs drawer as well. This drawer actually was an absolute nightmare to put in. We did originally want to go with the kitchen being really basic, with no handles, just for the sort of 70s look, and then we decided we wanted a drawer without any handles, so what are they called? Push runners.
Push drawer runners, yeah.
Push drawer runners was the only option that we could think of, and getting them even and flush was an absolute nightmare. But we done it in the end and it works perfectly. Now the only thing is, if you shut it from this side, it sticks out a little bit there, but gives it character. None of us have DIY skills, so I think we've done pretty well with the kitchen considering this was completely handmade. So this is where we keep all of our pots and pans. Nice deep drawer in there, not drawer, cupboard, and we keep salt and pepper shakers and different bits like that. And this where we keep the dog basket, just dry foods like crisps and rice and things like that, and our fire extinguishers in there as well. And this is our under sink cupboard where we've got our waste tank for our sink, all of our cleaning products and wrapping film, and our sink trap is here. So this is the bedroom area of the van, nice and cozy. It's actually about 5'7" in length, so Bill has to crouch up. We was originally going to get the things that you add to the side of the van, but it just worked out way too expensive, and we're not really that fussy sleepers. It's unfinished at the moment, we've still got a lot of work to do. So this is our bedroom area from the back, so you can see it a bit better. We've recently put our overhead cupboard in, it still needs finishing, some doors on there and a side. We did have it as just a frame for a while, but we've put the bottom on now. So all we've got to do now is just paint this side bit and put some ply on the back wall there, and then we're going to have some like art prints and things like that. You can see here we've cladded this bit just to make it a little bit more interesting, and we've got our little bedroom window there, which was the first window to go in. That's nice because it gives a little bit of breeze when it's hot in the summer.
So we also have a hot water system in the van. How our hot water system works is we've got Webasto Thermo Top C, which is mounted underneath the van, and that is a water heater. So we've got the 100 litre tank, which runs into this immersion tank, which is a stainless steel custom made one. That's got a heating element inside of that tank, which the cold water runs in and the hot water runs out. That heats up through the Webasto, or it also heats up when we drive, because it's connected to our coolant system on the engine. So when we start the engine up, the engine will heat up, and that will in turn heat up the water. So we've either got hot water when we drive, or if we turn the Webasto on. So this is our gas locker. We've still got to put a door on it to make it fully sealed, but that is just where we keep the gas bottle, and that gas runs all the way to the cooker, and that's the only gas we've got, so we've got one straight run. So we've also installed a drop vent in there, so if it does happen to leak, it will leak at the bottom because gas is heavier than air. So this is the electrical system we're using. So we are using Victron. We've got a DC to DC charger, so that is when we drive, it charges up our leisure batteries. This is a smart solar charge controller. So we've got a 185 watt panel on the roof, which connects to this, which will charge the batteries up through the solar. We've got a fuse panel here, just to run all of our cables back to the fuse panel. We've got our outlets on there, we've got our USB sockets, we've got our shore flow pump, everything on there. And everything is powered by two 110 amp hour AGM leisure batteries. And we was going to go lithium, but for the price, this works out perfect. We've never run out of power yet, even in the winter when we're not getting as much solar. So that keeps us absolutely perfect for power wise. So our electrics is also a work in progress. We're going to put an inverter in there so we can have 230 volt hookup and power like USB household sockets in the van, so we can plug in hair dryers or hoovers or anything like that. So yeah, that's the electrics. So another one of my favourite bits of gear in the van we've got is the Max Air Fan Deluxe. So this is a 12 volt fan. It extracts air and blows air in, so when you're cooking or when you're having a shower, all the steam gets extracted out of there, and then when the summer, when it's a bit hot, you can have it as a fan, or when you're sleeping you can have the air blowing in. This is also remote control, so you just press the control, turn it up, and that's got 10 speed settings, so it's really handy, and that goes really powerful if you turn it right up. It's also got a temperature setting on there, so you can set the temperature to whatever temperature you need, and it will keep it at that ambient temperature. So this is also an unfinished project. We've got a frame around the fan, because the original case that come with it, there's not enough room between this lip, so we're gonna have to make our own one. So yeah, so that will be done in the future. Right, so this is our shower room. We've just gone for a basic shower mixer, temperature controls on here, and the pressure's there, and we're using a Stone Stream shower head. So the shower head we're using is designed to use less water but give you more pressure. So we've actually got some really good pressure in the van. I'll show you. So it's got 3 different settings on it as well, which is really cool. So that works perfectly actually. The hot water's really nice. Yeah, so that is basically the shower. It's pretty simple. We've just got the shower tray, The waste is just running out to the floor, and we have tiled it using really thin PVC sort of shower tiles. They're really cheap. I think they work at about £4 a metre. We didn't need a lot at all. So yeah, these are just stick onto the plywood, and then we sealed it up using just silicone. For our toilet, we're actually using a Thetford Porter potty. It's a cassette toilet, a chemical toilet. So you can actually go down the route of having more eco-friendly, like a compost toilet. But we had this from our little van, and we just kept it because it worked well. And yeah, it works really great. So I'm 24, 25 this year, and Lianne is the same age.
24, 25 this year.
We both went to the same school. We didn't really know each other at school, but we did meet after school. How many times have I said school? So we both met after school. No, what?
And now we've been together nearly 9 years.
Yeah. So we both live in a van full time together. I'm actually a mobile barber, and I cut hair on the road. And Lianne does social media managing and marketing.
Yeah, I do social media management for small businesses, and I also sell homeware online on Depop and Etsy, which we've only just recently set up, which is going really well.
Yep.
And it's really exciting because I get to not only put all the little bits in here, but I get to sell them as well.
So the plan is this year, hopefully, we're both originally from England, but we do want to travel Europe this year. But obviously we was meant to do it last year, but obviously with COVID and restrictions, we can do that. So hopefully this year we can get out there and explore a bit more.
Want to check out more of our build progress, then follow us on Instagram. We're at Donatella Vansace on TikTok and Instagram. On our Instagram we have a lot of photos of the build process and TikTok videos, just to show you a little bit more in depth of what we did and how we done it. You can go and check that out. Hope you enjoyed our van tour. If you did, please give us a like, a follow and a share, and see you soon.
I hope you enjoyed that video. If you hadn't noticed, we do sell an ebook for how to convert a van. It has over 190 pages of detailed instructions and diagrams, also 25 video tutorials which are specifically for the ebook buyer. Creating a van for many people is obviously a really intimidating project, but I really believe, and I've seen it time and time and time again, that with the right information, anyone can turn out with a pretty decent van conversion. So check the link in the description, subscribe to the channel if you are not already, and drop us a comment if you like this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.